y'all, it's me, Fletch, back at it again with yet another video that I should already know because I'm the baddest. What? The baddest trans bitch on YouTube, and that is of the periods, darling. So, you all, I am back. As you guys can see, she's giving very much so rich auntie because that's who she is, of course. So, and girl, I just be playing, girl. I am not rich and I do not have money like that. Because some things have transpired, you guys. And I'll talk about that in my next Flesh Tells All. And we're going to leave that where it's at, okay? If you guys like this video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to my channel oh, shit. Y'all, it is so crazy doing this because I have not recorded. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you guys like this video and want to see more videos like this one. And if you guys love my gorgeous face, obviously, make sure you guys share with your friends, your family, your foes, all that. And let's get right into this video. So, y'all, this story time takes place, I want to say, about a week ago. I was doing my little daily scroll up on this app called Jack'd, y'all. And the girls that know what Jack'd is, they know what Jack'd is. And for the boys, they know what Jack'd is, they know what Jack'd is. But I do know that there are a couple of people who are not too hip on LGBTQIA plus dating apps and don't know what all these apps are. So Jack'd is basically like a little app that you get on to kind of like what I've mentioned before about Grindr, to find singles in your ear that you can fuck for free. Basically, that is what Jack'd is for. And Jack'd is a little bit safer, in my opinion, than going on Grindr, girl, in my honest opinion. Because, girl, Grindr just be, girl, folks just be too antsy, girl. Like, hot tamale, they sweating, girl. When I say hot, like a Hunt's Brothers pizza, girl, ready to go. I occasionally jump back on the app to check my messages just to see who all has spoken to me, because if y'all remember, I told y'all back in the day, it was, girl, back in the day, really like a couple months ago, but back in the day, girl, I had this friend at the time that I would always, like, text back and forth up on there, and he would always hit me up because he wanted to get, like, his little booty meat ate, girl. So that would be the only reason, honestly, that would be the only reason why I'm up on there. Other than that, girl, you will never catch me up on there. So I ended up going to go check my messages, and I so happened to see a message from this boy. So for the sake of this story, I'm going to call this boy, let's call him Bando. Let's call him Bando. We're going to call him Bando, girl. And Bando's not his real name. I know somebody that I follow on Facebook, or that I have added on Facebook, whose name is Bando, but this is not that boy. So, I don't know. Whatever, girl. You just be wanting to go ahead on and beat these bitches to the punch. Because, girl, they will try to drag you into drama. Trust me, honey. I saw that Bando had texted me. He was like, hey, what's up? Now, to give y'all a rundown about how me and Bando met, or Bando and I met, I actually met Bando, I want to say about, like, girl, sometime last year. But I never had the chance to meet him in person. I was always speaking to him up on Jack, but we never had a chance to meet up because he was just BSing, girl, playing around, like, it was giving very much so catfish vibes, and I was not going for it. Y'all know I don't play these type of games. Like, girl, play with your asshole, don't play with me. I kind of stopped talking to him, and I disassociated. I think that's the word. I don't know, girl, but whatever the word is, I stopped speaking to him, and I just left him where he was. So when I saw that he texted me, I'm like, oh, girl, here we go with this bullshit all over again, child. Let me see what this man wants. So I'm like, hey. He's like, hey. I'm like, good. How you doing? He's like, I'm doing fine. How are you? Blah, 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 right? Same old regular boring conversation. Nothing too interesting, right? So he asked me, hey, are you busy right now? We were talking a little bit, chit-chatting. We already know each other, so we don't need to get to know each other. Like, girl, that's already been done. It's already been said. We ain't got to worry about all that. So he ended up asking me, are you available to, like, host? And if you don't know what hosting is, hosting basically means, are you able to have company? Are you able to have people over your house? Like, is your house free for us to link at? I told him, like, yeah, I'm able to host. Like, are you mobile? And you should know what mobile is. But, girl, if you don't know what mobile just basically means, like, do you have a car? Like, it's plain and simple. Do you have a car? And he was like, yes, I have a car. Okay, great. We're cooking with gravy. Period. The gills are turning. I'll be on my way and give or take like 35 minutes to an hour. I said, okay, cool. Great. So I go run into the bathroom. You already know what I did. Got myself together, girl. Shade this ball, whatever the case may be. Girl, I went and, got my little hair looking all cute, girl. I done went and washed my little ass, honey. You already know. You already know, girl. And I also had been kind of slightly drinking a little bit, like not too much, but I was drinking Girl, no, I was drinking my little Aztec Silver, my Montezuma, girl. Y'all know that's my fave right there. That's my girl. So I was drinking my little Aztec Silver Montezuma, girl, and took 2-3 shots, honey. I think I have the Snapchat of when I was in here turning up, getting ready to go ahead on and have him come over here, y'all. Cause that's not cheating if I wasn't with your ass, yo. You kept secrets and your cousin told me that, so. Get myself all cute, you know, then came out, listened to my niggas Ain't Shit Girl by Doja Cat, vibing out to the beat. At this point in time, everybody in the house was gone. Like, not everybody, well, everybody was. My sister wasn't home yet. My little sister wasn't home yet. My oldest sister and her baby father, they went to go to like this little Thanksgiving dinner thing on his family side and stuff with the kids. Mama, she was at work, so the house was just free. My oldest sister, she don't do shit. When everybody else in here, she will literally lay in the bed and go to sleep and be asleep all day. Like, literally, she'll be asleep all day. So I didn't have nothing else to do. You know, wasn't nobody gonna be bothering me. You know, she don't bother me when I have company. She just minds her business and stays in her place, honey. And I be like, yes, girl, period. Like, you know, don't be busting up in here because, you know, you don't want to see what's going on up in here, girl. It's gonna be scarred for life. I want to say give or take 15, maybe like 20 minutes after I got done getting everything together. I got myself completely ready. Friend let me know that he was on his way and he was outside. Well, on his way and outside, girl. That's crazy. Huh? It's like Lent or something. Like, what is this? It lets me know that he's outside. So I let friend, you know, come on in through the front door because ain't nobody here. So I'm going to let friend in through the front. So I open up the door, let him in, and I see him walking in. He kind of looked, okay, let me explain to y'all what he looked like. He, I assume, was about like, give or take 30 years old, maybe 40, kind of sort of up in that like age range. And I don't know if, you know, not trying to be funny or comfort nobody. I don't know exactly what his age is, but he looked about 20 years older. Literally, he looked 20 years older than what he is. So if he was 20-something, he looked 40-something. If he was 30-something, he looked 50-something. If he was 40-something, he looked 60-something. Like, he looked very old for his age. So I peeped that. I'm like, oh, you know, whatever. You know, maybe the gene pool skipped him. I don't know. He had on a baseball cap that was like turned to the front. This black baseball, this black baseball cap. He had on this red t-shirt and he had on like these little black jeans with these dirty Air Force Ones, y'all. And y'all know how I normally do when I'm at the front door with the boys. I always try to do a cute little spin around real quick while I'm locking the door so I can see what that ass look like. So, girl, I did a cute little spin around, honey, and I look, girl, why is Fran pants falling off of his ass? It was cute, but it was slouchy. Like, I don't like the slouchy look. That's not my thing. Like, I don't like guys to be, like, just thrown together any old type of way. Like, you have to have some sort of, like, decorum. And for you to be walking around with your whole ass out, literally. No drawers on, by the way. Kind of turned me off, but it kind of turned me on at the same time. So, Fred takes off his shirt. It was beautiful. Like, he had such an amazing body. Like, you know, perfect. Like, y'all know when some guys, they exercise a lot. They have, like, that very firm, like, V-line. He had a very, like, prominent V-line. And it was so attractive, y'all. Mind you, this guy is very skinny. He was, like, caramel tone. Very, like, old-looking face. Like, and I don't know how to say that without seeming rude, but he had a very old-looking face. Like, he looked old. And then he, like, had these really, like, you know, messed up teeth in his mouth, girl, thin lips, like, kind of like almond-shaped eyes. That's about, like, the best I can say to describe him. He has tattoos, too, but, girl, I don't really care to say all that stuff, girl. That's not important. So, he's like, hey, so what do you want to do? I'm like, well, what would you like to do? He's like, oh, you know, I would like to give you some bob, right? So Frank gets down on his 1s, his 2s, his 3s, and his 4s, and he gets to giving me the bob child. So he's doing his big one, honey, and I will say, Fred was doing a great job. Like, he was not biting me. Like, girl, the teeth, but the fact that he wasn't biting me is so crazy. Okay, y'all, I'm back, because I had to figure something out, and, girl, what I'm trying to figure out, things are aligning, and it's pissing me off. So, yeah. Anyway, so, back to the story time at hand. So, as he's doing that, right, he's giving me compliments upon, like, you know, the size of my friend, right? And I'm like, oh, well, you know, thank you, I appreciate that, because I know she's kind of like, she'll smile, but she make a punch or whatever. He was like, you know, I really would like to see what it feels like. I'm like, okay. Like, what do you mean by that? He was like, you know, I want to see what it feels like because when I do, it makes me want to, you know, take some. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, like, don't threaten me with a good ass time. He was like, you know, I wouldn't mind doing it here, but I'd rather go to my house because I'd be able to host and not feel more comfortable. I said, okay, like, that's cool as well. So we go ahead on and we hop in the car. I got myself cute, packed my little purse up with all my little belongings, child. And, you know, we hopped on his cute little car. Like, his car was not cute per se, but I'm just saying a cute little car. Like I mentioned, he lives, like, right around the corner from me, girl. He is literally nowhere far. Like, he's literally down the street and around the corner. We get on out the car, and the house was very, very, very beautiful, y'all. When I say beautiful, beautiful house. Very gorgeous. It had, like, a very, like, earthy type of like aesthetic, like the way that the house was designed and decorated. It was very like, Mormon's not the word, girl. It's a certain type of word that I want to use, but it starts with M. I just can't think of it. Like, not mosaic. Maybe mosaic is what I'm thinking about. I'm not sure, but it's very like woodsy, like very like earthy, like Aztec kind of sort of, like very like tribal. I can't explain like exactly what the hell I mean when I say that, but that's what I mean. Like, it's very like earthy. So, you know, I complimented him on how the house looks. Mind you guys, he lives with his mother. That is not a problem. It is nothing wrong with living with your parents, girl. It's nothing wrong with living with your parents. I promise you it's not. As long as you have a job and a car and you making a way for yourself, girl, you should be perfectly fine. And everybody around you should be perfectly fine as well. Because, bitch, if you ain't got shit going for yourself, how the hell you gonna talk shit about a bitch that got something going for herself? I live with my mama. Okay, and well, what the fuck you got going for yourself, boo? No job, no house, no car. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I wasn't bothered by it. And of course, when you go into somebody else's house, you're supposed to speak. You never go into somebody else's house and be fucking rude to people that live there, because, you know, they're allowing you into their comfort, you know, by choice, not by force. So I happened to walk on back there where his mom's room was, because he told me where his mom's room was. And he was like, hey, Mom, this is Denise. And I'm like, oh, hey, how are you doing today? She's like, oh, hi, darling, I'm doing fine. How are you? Very, very, very sweet lady. I'm not going to describe what she looked like, but very sweet lady. Very, very sweet lady. She was asking me, like, you know, Thanksgiving, like, you know, how was the food? Who all cooked? Like, you know, like, what are you thankful for? You know, like, where are you from? Things like that. So I'm kind of chit-chatting with her just for a split second because, girl, why does the nephew holler out some, hey, we have a cat? I said, bitch, what? Like, I didn't call him no bitch, girl. But I looked at him like, bitch, what? Y'all got a cat? I said, where? He was like, over here in the kitchen. I said, excuse me 1 second. Girl, I followed that boy to where that damn cat was. When I saw that cat, bitch, my life just flipped. That cat is so cute. I'm not going to say the cat's name, but the cat's name is very fitting. Like, the cat's name fits what type of cat this cat is. It's a calico. That's all I'm going to say on that. Very cute cat. Very, very cute. And at first they were saying like she. But I'm looking like, girl, that's a he. Because, boo, I see them little puff balls right there. Like, that's a whole man. So, what are you talking about, some she? Friend let me know that he's going to go to the bathroom, like, get his stuff together. You already know what I mean when I say that. If you don't know what I mean, girl, then you probably don't need to be watching my channel, honey. Because, like, I've explained all this before. Where you at? So, girl, I'm just kidding. But went to the bathroom to go and douche out, whatever it is. If you don't know what douching is basically like, you know, y'all know what douching is. It's like, come on now. I have enough faith that y'all know what douching is. So he wants to go douche out. And I'm sitting in the living room. I'm watching, was I watching American Dad? I want to say I was watching American Dad. I can't remember, y'all. I am high as a kite right now. So I'm trying to, like, remember this story time, which ain't hard to remember, but I'm trying to, like, stay focused and concentrate and not zone out. Next thing I know, friend, like, slides this door open behind me. And, you know, I'm in somebody else's house. The mother seems very, very cool, but it could be somebody hiding out, like, in the crevices and shit like that, ready to clock my wig. Like, girl, you just never know. Somebody could be ready to snatch you up at any point in time. So you have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready, bitch. The door slides open. I turn my little head. I'm like, girl, who's this? Who goes there? So then friend's like, hey, you know, I'm ready. I'm like, oh, okay. So I walk in through a door thing. The nephew has gone into the room with his mom, and the cat is just doing cat shit. So, you know, getting hyped, fighting my sandals. Like, girl, it was so cute. And I have a video of that. Actually, I'm going to put it in here. We walk on to friend's room, and he wanted me to play some music out loud on my phone. I'm like, girl, I don't know how all that goes. The stuff I listen to is very like pretty. It's very like dolled up. It's very like, you know, bad bitch energy. Like, girl, who gonna take my spot? I'm that girl. I'm the queen. These niggas ain't shit. Like, that's the type of music that I listen to sometimes, not all the time. But, you know, that's my playlist normally. Because, like, girl, these niggas ain't shit, and I'm a bad bitch. He takes a little towel, tucks it under his door, girl, and then he grabs this little, like, rod-looking thing. It just looked like a little, like, rod lighter. It was about, like, this long, y'all. And he took his little substance of choice, and he stuffed it up in there, lit the little jar, the little tube, the little spoolie, the little whatever cartridge, whatever the fuck it was. And he got to smoking his little thing, girl. I'm like, okay, well, you know, you having fun, you know, you getting your little high going, whatever. So he's like, girl, getting ready to munch on my friend again. And I have no problem letting nobody munch on me as long as you know what you're doing. So friend gets to munching on me some more. And I'm just enjoying the moment. Like I said, I'm drunk. I brought my Four Loko over there. I had this sour watermelon Four Loko. Hold on, y'all. I gotta respond to a text message. Like I mentioned, friend is like doing his little big one or whatever, girl. I'm enjoying myself, having a great time. I done drank like 3, 4, 5 more shots of my little Four Loko. And at this time, y'all, I didn't have any like good lube with me. All I had was some baby oil and I had some Vaseline and like some hair grease, some softy hair grease. All three of those are very like trash ass like things to use, especially when it comes to like doing stuff like that, because it dries up quickly. Sometimes, like, you know, the scents in it, the fragrances, they burn. Like, you just never know, honey. So you have to be very careful what you use. Sometimes it can throw off your pH balance inside, you know, because you have a pH balance inside there as well as in the front. So you have to be very careful with what the hell you do. Long story short, I get stuck handling friend, working him out, whatever the case may be. And he was like a skinny guy, but he was muscular. But he had a very nice body, y'all. Very, very nice body. Very nice body. So, handle him, whatever the case may be. Macaroni in the pot. That's the way, period. And, you know, after a while, kablooey, and then he kablooeyed. Okay? So, now we're going to fast forward, right? Because y'all thought that was the story. We ended up speaking to each other another time around, and he was like, hey, you know, like, are you busy tonight? I would like to link up. I'm like, no, I'm not busy tonight. You know, I'm chilling at the house, bored with my feet up, watching ridiculousness with the cat, girl. You already know. And, you know, it ain't shit else to do but get drunk and sit in the house. So he let me know he's going to be like, give or take 10, 15 minutes until he comes to like, come get me. Got myself all cute, got myself together. Around this time, y'all, what hairstyle did I have in my head, child? I think around that time I had that long black sew-in with the closure. Like, this is not a sew-in, by the way, y'all. This is a wig, but the same style that I have right now is the same type of hairstyle that I had then, but my hair wasn't curled, it was just straight. Had my hair wrapped up in this cute little black gold and black scarf that says Jesus loves you, or Jesus loves all, or some shit like that. Girl, I really don't remember what it said up on there, but it's kind of like something like that. And I had on these girl, I always say this shit. It's not patchwork, girl. It's plaid. Like the gas station draws, girl. These plaid pajama pants made my booty look real good. And I had my little platform flip-flops with a little blue fur on them, honey. And I had on this white t-shirt, and I had on my little Michael Kors jacket, like my go-to jacket all the time. I didn't have any jewelry in, I don't think so. I think I had some bracelets on, too. Friend is letting me know that he's outside. You know, I done tiptoed in my cute little airport flip-flops all the way down the driveway to this man's car. So he's like, hey, do you have a spot that we could go to? I'm like, oh, well, you know, honestly, no. Like, I was thinking we were going to probably go back to your place. He was like, oh, no, you can't go back to my place right now because I got into it with my mom. I'm like, okay, so where are we supposed to be going? Because, I mean, like, what are we going to do? I'm sitting in the car. Fragrance are driving on off. I'm like, oh, you know, there's like a park that's right by my house. You want to go over there? He was like, no, you know, I don't want to go over there. I got a spot that we could go to. I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting there, high as a kite, drunk as shit, of course, like always, bitch. And he drives to this park. Hold on, because I put down where it was at or where it is. It was either Fillmore Street or Dwight. One of those two, girl. That's where it was. And it's this big, I've never seen this park before. This is my first time seeing this park. It was this big ass, like, park, y'all. Like, right behind the school. I don't even know if it was behind the school, girl. It might have been, like, beside it. I'm not too sure. But it's over in this area. And it was, like, completely dark. Like, pitch black, completely dark. all the park, you could not see anything, like literally nothing. And mind you, we're pulling in, so I'm looking. I'm always observant, girl, because wherever you take me, I gotta make sure I remember where I'm going or where I am, just in case some shit happens, and I know how far I am from the house. So I'm analyzing everything. I'm seeing it's completely dark, and I'm looking at him. He's looking at me. I'm like, ooh, yeah, I don't know, girl. Mind y'all, Fran already had been doing his little, not ashamed or like afraid of like doing things outside. That's not the issue. The location itself is what's kind of giving me the heebie-jeebies. So we pull on in, and it's this long ass driveway that he drives up. So it's like a whole bunch of rocks too. So he drives on up this little driveway, girl, cute little snake road, whatever it is, and then he's pulling into like the parking lot where you would park your car at to go to the park, right? So he turns the car right, and his headlights shine across this cross. Now, here's my thing. I don't really, me and Supernatural, we kind of go hand in hand. You see spirits a lot. Pisces are very much so linked to the spirit world. We see things other folks don't see. Like, we know people's spirits. Like, the fakeness, we see through it, all that stuff. Like, we're very in tune with our spiritual selves. So when I saw that cross, I'm like, okay, so clearly somebody lost their life up here. That's sad, boo-hoo. Like, I hate that for them. But, it is what it is. We'll be fine. It's okay. So when Fran turned that car around and it shot across that cross, girl, why did Fran back up in front of the cross? So I'm like, now I'm kind of like starting to tweak out a little bit because, see, I would never in my life think to want to have a sexual moment in a graveyard. What the fuck is like attractive about that? What is sexy about that? That is so disrespectful. So when Freya pulled in and backed up right there, I'm like, oh, hey, like, do you think we could kind of like move down some? He's like, oh, no, we fine right here. So when he parked the car, I'm looking in front of me. Not only are we parked in front of somebody's like memorial, we're also parked right across from this big ass patch of woods. Like, the moon is like full. It's like over here to my right side. But if you're looking at the park, girl, it's nothing but darkness, shadows, outlines of these trees. And I'm like, girl, I don't feel too comfortable like doing something right here because I can't see. Like, I literally could not see, y'all. It was so dark. So Fred grabs this bottle of like lotion. He's like, oh, I feel like, I might need to go ahead and like do like an emergency, like, douche or whatever. I said, okay, like that's fine. Like, do what you got to do. So Frank gets out the car, and I'm thinking, oh, he's probably going to like, be behind the car, see the cross. Hey, boo, like, let's go on and move on somewhere. He did not think that at all, girl. Frank grabbed the little bottle of lotion, honey, and he walked into the woods. Now, at this point, I'm kind of like a little like I felt something. And I was feeling very, like, off, very watched, very, like, like, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling comfortable. So I'm sitting in the car, and I'm thinking to myself out loud, mind you. I don't know if he got, like, a little recorder up in there or something, but I'm talking out loud to myself. I said, I don't know if he think that we finna have sex in front of this man's grave or whoever this person is that died right here, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to either have to go somewhere or I'm going to jump in this car and I'm going to walk away. Because, excuse me, that is the utmost disrespectful thing you could ever do to somebody. I don't know if you know this person who died right here. I don't know. But me, myself, I'm not doing that. There was a poltergeist already growing up, not dealing with it again. I kind of like pulled the lock up on the door because I'm like, girl, if this man don't come back, I don't care where you are, what you doing. I'm going to get out this car and I'm going to go back home because I don't feel comfortable. Like, I feel like somebody's watching us. And sure enough, somebody probably was, but the naked eye can only see so much. So he ends up like floating up out the woods because I hear him like walking up to the car. So I turn and I look to make sure that it's him, girl. I can kind of see like a silhouette. So I don't know if this is him or not, but I'm going to try not to like make it obvious that I'm looking at whoever this is. He ends up walking up to the car. I see that it's him. I'm like, okay, girl, great, period. So he like jumps into the car. He's like, yeah, let's go on and go somewhere else. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, are you sure? Like, I don't have a problem like being here. I just want us to move over. He was like, nah, like, let's go somewhere else. I said, okay. Girl, bitch, you ain't gonna tell me twice. We drive on off and we go around the corner to his house, y'all. So we go to this man's house and, we kind of like was about to do something, but he changed his mind about going to his house. So he's kind of like now just driving around. So I'm like, where the fuck are we about to go? So Fran ended up pulling up to these apartments, y'all. And I know these apartments because y'all remember the story talking about that boy, I think his name was Will or something like that. Will and somebody else, like y'all know the boy that I was talking about from Chicago that came down here and he stole that man's car when he was having a little threesome or whatever. Girl, you remember that? This is exactly the same apartments that he lived in that we pulled up to. So I was like, oh my goodness, like I know these apartments. He was like, no, you don't. Bitch, yes I do. Like I know these apartments. Like I used to hang out over here. Like I know somebody that live up over here. Well, I don't know if he live over there anymore because I haven't talked to him, but I know somebody that lives over here in these apartments. He's like, oh, cool, like, that's what's up. Like, it's some abandoned apartments, like, behind here. I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, that's where me and old boy, like, hung out at our very first time. So, we pull on up behind that girl, and them abandoned apartments looked so terrifying, y'all. Like, when I said it looked terrifying, and girl, I'm using terrifying a lot in this story time, but y'all have to understand to what magnitude, how creepy these looked. Like there was like two more. Like you got one abandoned building right here, right? Then you have another abandoned building right here in front of you. You have one that's behind you, one across from you, an old office building that used to be the office building for the apartment complex itself. You got like these old rundown like garages that are like broken open and things like that. And then it's what pissed me off kind of sort of was he gonna tell me something, oh yeah, the homeless folks that live up in here. So you thought that this was just such a bright thing to say. Like, oh my gosh, we're about to link up. Just to let you know, there's homeless people that are squatting in these houses, so we have to make sure that we're not too loud. We don't walk into a place where somebody else is so they don't try to attack us. What a great way to ruin a link up. We get on out the car, honey, and we walk on down the way. So we're looking into these abandoned, like, you know, doors and stuff, right? Girl, there are literally people living in these apartments, girl. There's no electricity, but it's people living in there. I don't even know how that shit works, but they're living up in there. And they had on-site security. They didn't have security when I first went over there the first time back in 2022. They did not have security. They just got security, like, I want to say this year. So, you know, child, we walk on into one of the bandos, girl, and it was huge. Like, it was gigantic, girl. Very pretty, but very creepy at the same time, because as soon as you walk in, you walk to the living room, completely pitch black, everything around the wall, dark, can't see shit. Like, only thing that you have is the moonlight, and thank God for moonlight. So, we walk on in, and we walk into, like, this little area that looked like it could have been, like, a den, maybe? Used to be a den, something along those lines, because it looked like it was a den in the past. What percent am I on? Girl, I'm on 5%. Let me hurry up. So we walk on into the little den area, and then Fran takes that little bottle of lotion, or what I thought was lotion, and he's like, I gotta do like an emergency check real quick. I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking he's gonna, like, you know, girl, that man put that whole entire like bottle, like the rim of it, inside of his ass to push water inside of it. I'm like, girl, I'm not this level opened up here. Like, y'all be out here getting y'all back beat the fuck down and in, and like, just, girl, there's no reason why the rim bottle of a lotion bottle is the rim of a lotion bottle is able to fit inside of that. That means that thing is like gaping, and that is not healthy at all. So you already know what I did, girl. I handled my ones, my twos, my threes, and my fours. Had friend, you know, macaroni in a pot, and girl, you know, whatever the case may be, child. So after a while, like, you know, he gets to like smoking his little thing or whatever the case may be, and I hear noise. So I kind of like turn around real fast. He's like, what was that? I'm like, I'm trying to figure that out myself. Y'all, why was it a whole homeless cat running through the house? Girl, that scared me so bad. I'm thinking it's a person, girl. Like, that was terrifying. That was so terrifying. But luckily it was not a person. So we kind of doing our little thing, whatever it is, right? And he's like so like skinny. He wants to get on the floor, and I got my little club tail with me, girl, and it's the Sex on the Beach flavor. And I'm drinking my little club tail, girl, and I'm just having a grand ass time. As I'm like, you know, handling him, I get hit with this scent. And I'm like, Now, maybe I like kind of passed gas, girl, because like I knew that I didn't have to like douche, because he's gonna want me to top him. He's not gonna want me to bottom for him, so I don't have to douche. So maybe I might have like passed gas or some shit like that. I don't know. But if I did, excuse me. I kind of was ignoring it, But I was like not ignoring it at the same time because I'm like, girl, what the fuck is that damn smell? So after a while, you know, I happened to like look down. Girl, why is it chunks? And I mean chunks of shit all on the floor, y'all. Like, it's all on his jacket, on his hoodie. Girl, like, I ended up like wiping a little bit of it on his shirt, girl, because I didn't know what it was. Like, it was just like, you know, he was kind of like, you know, moist or whatever the case may be. Girl, if you get what I'm saying, you know, macaroni and a pie, he was coming on me. But the thing is, like, it was a whole bunch at one time, and I was like, ugh, girl, this is nasty. So, like, I kind of like wiped it on his shirt, and I peeped that it left like a dark like stain. So I'm like, oh girl, maybe that's like some spit. Child, no, it's some shit. I said, oh no, friend, oh my gosh, no. After a while, like, you know, I stopped, and it kind of turned me off because I'm like, dang, like, that sucks. Like, and let me say this, it's absolutely nothing wrong with making like an accident on somebody, especially like, you know, if they're an understanding person. Like, they're not understanding, then like I can understand like why you'd be like, damn, like, you know, I feel so bad, blah 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 blah, right? Because I mean, he felt bad. He was like, damn, like, I'm so sorry about that. I'm like, boo, like, it's fine, like, things happen, like, I don't really care about that. Like, you know, that's not gonna make me like bother you or be mad or like put your business out there or some dumb shit like that. I'm not one of those type of people. I don't have patience to be doing all that stuff. Like, accidents literally happen. Like, girl, I'm literally fucking you in your asshole. Like, girl, you shit out of there. So like, what the fuck else? Like, what do you expect from having sex with somebody in their anus? Like, what do you expect? Like, come on now, like, let's be adults here. There's been times where I felt like, you know, I got my little stuff cleaned out, whatever it is, you know, I'm like, you know, ready for a fun time, and it ends up not being ready for a fun time. And all you do is just go back in the bathroom and get yourself together and come back out there, girl. A lot of these boys don't care. As long as they got something going, they're good. We ended up like going to his house, and y'all, I was excited to go to this man's house because y'all know the damn cat was there. So, girl, I went on to that man's house, walked in happily. Guess who ran up to me? My friend, girl, my little calico girl. So friend ran on up to me. I'm like, hey, boo. Friend's like, hey. So I get some petting on friend. Pick little friend up, put him on my shoulder, girl. He posted him on my shoulder. He was like, would you like to take a shower together? We went and took a shower together. Luckily, like, the water was not extremely hot, y'all. Because y'all know some people take them hot-ass, like, hellfire showers. And I'm, like, not into that. I don't know how people are comfortable taking showers like that. Because me, I hate burning up, and like, I'm already hot. The water's already hot, but for this hot ass water to be on my skin is crazy. So of course we get out the shower, girl, and we go in for a round two. His mama was not at the house at this time. She had went to work. So girl, we in the hallway busting it down, child, in the bedroom busting it down. Girl, I got friend folded up like a lawn chair on a summer evening. Girl, what I tell you. Girl, drilling, honey, drill lean. And he had some really good, like, you know, it was good. Like, everything was pristine. It was a little, like, you know, a little, it wasn't, I'm not gonna lie and say that it was tight. She was a little loose, but it wasn't bad. It was not that bad. So thank you all so much for tuning into this video. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you did it, give me a thumbs down. I'll never see it. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to my channel for videos like this one. If you love my gorgeous face, obviously. Make sure you share with your friends, your family, your foes, all that. That hating ass bitch in the back that keep your bills paid. And yeah, I will catch you badass bitches in my next video. Bye, bye, bitches. Also, Merry Late Christmas. And y'all will see me on New Year's, girl, because we're going to do a vlog, honey. Because the hair's going to get done, nails going to get done, and we going to the club for New Year's party. Period. So I will catch you badass bitches in my next one. Bye, bye, bitches.